Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece manga chapter 864. Now this was a really great chapter. Just starting off, it was a really great chapter. I think it was one of the best this arc, for sure. And one thing that I loved about it straight at the beginning is that we're finally getting another cover story arc. And this one's going to be dealing with the Grand Fleet characters, presumably from what we've seen in the first one, of course, and from the title of it. We see on the first cover, it's the beautiful pirate ship. I love that they're using the Straw Hat flag and everything, and just that's so cool that all the Grand Fleet, they're going to be using the Straw Hat flag. That's really, really cool to me. But yeah, I like this a lot better, because I'm just, even though I do respect Oda's artwork, I'm not a fan of the request covers. I'm like, they're whatever, they're just request covers, they don't really mean anything, but I really like the cover story arcs because I feel like it's just this little extra thing we're getting for characters that we don't get to see that often. Because in a universe as big and wide as One Piece, there are a lot of characters we don't get to see very often. So hopefully this cover story will assuage that a bit. So yeah, starting off at the beginning of the chapter proper, we have Luffy and Jinbei dodging an attack from Big Mom, and Brook's mask face smashing the portrait. Brook's mask face is perfect. The way it's just the straight mouth, deadpan, cartoonish Luffy face is so great. Then one part I like about him smashing it is when Luffy and Jinbei both just yes at the same time. They're both just celebrating together. In a lot of this, I'm like imagining how it would be animated, and I think that makes me like it a lot more because a lot of the little teeny side gags like that I think could be really funny when animated. So Brook then dramatically tears off the mask, and I love how the crowd just reacts to it like, oh my god, he just tore the skin off his face, he's a madman. That entire sequence has been so great, and Brook, of course, like the king of this arc, continuing to be the king of this arc. I love his line when Big Mom is like, Soul King, I thought you were dead, or I thought you died, and he's like, I did, a long time ago. Brook is just so great. Like, he is quickly becoming my favorite character in the entire series. Like, he has been so great this arc. This has been the year of Brook. Then everybody proceeds to freak out and attack the Straw Hats because they're like, okay, stuff's about to go down. We need to take them out before it does. Pudding is trying to kill Sanji still, and Sanji's trying to save her still. Daifuku jumps in, and he seems to have some sort of lamp devil fruit, like a genie little devil fruit. And from what I've seen, I'm going to say that he has to rub his stomach to keep it active, because he's seen rubbing his stomach with one hand while he's attacking Sanji, and then when he uses that hand to swat Pudding away, he's rubbing his stomach with the other hand. So I think that it's like the whole rub the magic lamp to make the genie come out deal, that he has to be consistently rubbing his stomach in order to get the power to work. Don't know if that'll be able to be used against him or not. But he actually sends Sanji flying with one of his attacks, which I love. I love things like that at the beginning of a fight, just to make you know, okay, this character's really powerful, they're going to be a threat. Then we see that Caesar is still trying to do his part of the plan in the mirror world. Capone pretending to capture Luffy was funny, where he captures him, he's like, I got the captain, then they're like, okay, kill him, and he's like, that'd be a good idea. He's just holding the gun to Luffy's head like, maybe if I wasn't betraying you, this act isn't really working because I'm not killing you. Then we see Oven versus Pedro is going to be going down, it seems. And Oven has a heat devil fruit, or Netsu no Mi, which I believe we've had in a filler arc. I said it in the live reaction. I watched some other people's live reactions, heard a bunch of them say a similar thing. I'm pretty certain it was the filler arc right after the return to Water 7 after Enies Lobby. And there was some dude with a heat fruit. So this guy, I guess, has the same deal going on. Brook loses his head and rolls over to Luffy and Capone. Again, funny gags going on. The Vinsmokes are captured. The children are resigned emotionlessly to their own deaths, like, oh, guess we're dead. Whatever, no emotions, who cares? And Judge is just crying in fear and despair. And it's a really good, I don't know the way to describe this. the way they're teaching that, the way that Oda's setting it up to teach that lesson to Judge, that man, they're not afraid because it was you. You didn't. You took away their emotion and whatever, and you did all this stuff, and all it's amounted to is you being a crying bitch, and nothing's working for you. So yeah, it's pretty much a whole you led yourself to this situation kind of scare that I don't think that they can ever really be forgiven as characters. I don't think they can ever really be good. But just because they aren't good doesn't mean they can't be allied with the Straw Hats. Because a lot of people, I think, that have allied with the Straw Hats have done pretty bad things. The Vinsmokes have done bad things, specifically to Sanji, but I feel like they could become allies, but not in the same way that, like, the Minks or the Grand Fleet, not in the same way that any of them are allies, but allies in just sort of a, we're not going to stand in your way, whatever, we're grateful for you saving us, kind of a neutral ally, almost like what Crocodile is. I would consider Crocodile kind of neutral to the Straw Hats at this point, where he's not trying to kill them or undermine them, but he's not specifically working with them either. He's done his own thing. So I think this could lead the Vinsmokes there if they survive, and I'm kind of assuming that they'll survive. If they don't, it's possible, but I just see them survive, and it's rare that we get just a straight up named character death like that. Then I like the way Judge, while he's crying in fear and despair, we have the underworld just entertained, laughing at the entire ordeal, and Perospero giving a really awesome speech. Perospero was really great this chapter. Big Mom is paralyzed in confusion from, like, I don't know what to be mad at first. There's a lot of stuff going on. Picture is smashed. The wedding cake is smashed. Everything is smashed. So Capone sends Luffy to show the photo to Big Mom after he's like, hey, after him and Brook are like, hey, let's just show it to her again. He's like, oh, it won't work. And then he sees Katakuri. He's like, oh, never mind, it will work. Because he's seen a pretty bad future coming up. So everyone's preparing with their earplugs and everything. Sanji is pretty beat up looking from fighting Daifuku, and everyone's just getting ready for what they need to do. Luffy grabbing the picture to show to Big Mom and everything, and we have an awesome ending with Beige standing up to Katakuri. Just nope, I refuse to kill Luffy, and you might be able to see the future, but we can all change what's going to happen in it. We're all equal, no matter if you can see it or not. So yeah, chapter as a whole, I thought it was awesome. There was so much going on, and really, that usually means a lot going for the chapter when a lot is going on. That's pretty much always a positive thing when I say that. In fact, I can't even think of a time when it's been a negative thing. The new powers we saw with Oven and Daifuku were really, really awesome, because they're pretty unique and creative powers. That, and I just like seeing more of Big Mom's crew getting the hype up they deserve. But the thing is, we're fighting them and surviving and everything, but on the other hand, we haven't seen, well, I guess we haven't seen Randolph in quite a while, so he wouldn't be in this, but we haven't seen Lady Amand, we haven't seen Montdor try to fight here, we haven't seen, what the fuck is Smoothie doing? Smoothie was MIA this entire chapter, and she's a commander there. Cracker isn't there, which Cracker should make a return at some point this arc. It's really kind of BS if he doesn't. Yet Luffy's perfectly fine. So yeah, there are characters attacking them and everything, but I feel like there are so many strong Big Mom crew characters there that it should be more hectic. It should be a little bit more one-sided right now, at least until the Big Mom screech goes down. Also, I love, once again, that we're getting that cover story. I think that's going to be a really good thing to see at the beginning of each chapter. It's definitely going to be a lot more fun and a lot more to discuss. Just a little content to discuss, whatever. It's going to be better than the requests, at least. But yeah, that's it. To give it a score, I'd actually give it 9 genies out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. I thought it was really, really good. I like this one a lot. But either way, that's it. So like if you did like the video. Comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more One Piece, both anime and manga. A bunch of other anime and manga and other stuff on the channel as well. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.